Hi, Sag. This is your February homework family reading for the month of February, Doug. I just said that. Sagittarius. I am not sure what it is that I am feeling. It's weird. Really not sure what that is. Spirit said it's a different level of psychic abilities, apparently, for some of you. So it's going to be dealing with some of your solar plexus. And they keep giving me communication. Solar plexus, communication, take action. So this is coming into your will, into your power. On how you communicate outwardly, as well as how you communicate with yourself. And you're going to be setting new boundaries here, too. You're coming into a new level of your power. And they're saying follow through with it and trust your talents and trust your skills. And don't get psyched out. Don't let fear get in the way. Don't try to over control it. Before I get into the rest of this, there's one deck just keeps yelling at me. So let's see what it says. Because, like I said, I'm not used to feeling this the way I'm feeling it. So, but they keep telling me this has to do with your psychic growth, your intuitive energy. What they're giving me is the golden spiral. Yeah, I write all over my deck of cards. But what they're giving me is the golden spiral. And you see it in all elements of life. Not elements, but like in nature a lot. And leaves, trees, flowers, and how this one spiral keeps happening. And it's a part of growth in general. And the message that goes with this, because when I get my cards, a lot of time I write all over my decks. The ones that I want to remember, that I know that this is what it means for me. So I don't have to think. It's considered the sacred spiral, the golden spiral. It says, part of all of this, there is no separateness. Take this into you. So you're coming into a higher level of divinity, a higher level of psychic abundance and psychic abilities. It's stirring, it's maturing, it's growing. And because it feels warm and fuzzy, but it don't feel quite right. So that's why I was like, I'm a little thrown off. Yeah, they're saying there might be some confusion going on here. Okay, no, no, move. Sorry, this is just how I talk to them. I don't want to go. Take me to a different vibration. You're coming closer to your spirit, or to having a better level of communication with your spirit, with your soul self, for your deeper self, for your own understanding. They're telling you to honor yourself, honor your inner child, and respect yourself. And don't get caught up in bitter and blame. Don't get caught up in thinking you have to be perfect. It's a completion of a cycle, and it's a gateway to something new. Which makes a lot of sense. I mean, because of what you have going on in your communication house. Now, for the month and the month to come, so to speak, let me set this down. I'm gonna go over some of the astrology, and then I'm gonna go over main points of astrology, and then I'm going to get into the other. On the 14th, Mercury will no longer be in Capricorn. It will be moving into Aquarius. On the 16th, you have the full moon, which is taking place in your sister sign, Leo. On the 18th, the sun moves into Pisces. Now, you have very powerful energy still happening in Capricorn because you have Venus and Mars that are coming together, and then Mars is going to pass on the 17th. So it's a level of balance trying to show itself in a form, but you still have Pluto and Vista here. So the keys that you need to see are still taking place. I'm going to get back to where it is for you in a minute. Now, and like I said, Mercury is going to be coming up on Saturn throughout the month. It's not going to pass Saturn until I think next month. But so that communication and those rules, those walls, those boundaries, and how you communicate with yourself and the outer world, and how you're viewing things and seeing things are definitely, coming. I feel like the best. I feel like, how like when there's snow on the ground and you're mushing the ball together to make a snowball. I feel like I'm mushing the ball together. So like all the energies are mushing together for you to see. Okay, now, but they're saying you're a bit emotional about it. Because they're giving me moon energy now. But I just keep getting, trust your intuition. You may be hiding how you really feel about things, but I feel like that's not what you're supposed to be doing. I feel like you're supposed to be dissecting them for yourself and then being upfront about it. Maybe it's not even that you're hiding it. Maybe it's that you don't understand and you're coming to understand it. All right. Let me look at this. All right, here's the thing, because they keep pointing to communication to me. Your third house is Aquarius. That's the house of communication. You have Saturn here. Right now, you have the sun here illuminating the communication up until the 18th when it moves into your fourth house. So this is taking that communication of what you do see versus the denial versus the unconscious communication and the outer world, how you're understanding it from the outer world, you're giving it to the outer world, communication in general. This means with Saturn here, there's something about this form of communication that's not working and needs a little bit of TLC, a little bit of, tender loving care. It needs to be tweaked. And with Saturn here, this is talking about your rules, your walls, your boundaries, and your communication, your withholdings, and how you choose to communicate. So this is either you, and as a Sag, you guys speak up a lot. So this may be also saying this may be one of those times where you kind of need to be like quiet as a little church mouse and not bite your tongue, because I don't want to tell you that you should never speak your truth, but maybe you're speaking before you really are truly sure and aware of what your truth is. Or maybe if you didn't react so fast, quiet as a mouse, you might be finding out and hearing communication that you're not acknowledging that is important. Like I said, Saturn is here, rules, walls, boundaries. The sun is here up until the 18th when it moves into your fourth house, where it's really going to be starting to touch base on your inner emotional security, your home, and this, the soul, the vessel itself, as well as this, your home, your three-dimensional world. So where's your three-dimensional world and your spiritual soulful connection? Where's this insecure areas need to be tweaked to make it secure? Okay, where's the communication having kinks? is part of what you're looking at right now. And the thing is, you could be coming into such a powerful place within yourself because your fourth house has Jupiter here. It has Jupiter here for the next year, for the rest of the year. And it's here with Neptune, which is your magic. So this is definitely coming into a place of where you could truly come into your authentic self if there's parts of your insecurity, you're insecure, you're unconscious that you're not aware of that keeps you confused. If you tap into and you see it, you illuminate it, you start to acknowledge it for itself, and that's going to actually adjust it. Jupiter is abundance in that fourth house, in your, like I said, the vessel and the home itself, the security of you, not just security of the roof, security of the food, security of, security of the three-dimensional world, but security of the spiritual soul, and that I can't be destroyed, it can't be taken away, I cannot lose or diminish my power. But this is a sifting through the inner waters of the confusion of where you're not fully in that power and why. And that communication of where you kind of need to shift things to set a secure foundation and strengthen and grow here. And this is saying right off the bat that if you're listening to your intuition and you're trusting in that, then it is going to direct you exactly where you need to go. Because like I said, this is a spiritual, a soulful moment, step in your evolution of your own soul being. Trust in yourself, trust in your abilities, trust in your higher self. Slow down just enough to make sure that you're getting the full story. Because you're also coming into the actual character of you. Am I right? Hold on. Now, your second house is Capricorn, which is the foundation that builds everything. And right now you have Mars and Venus coming up on top of each other, which is bringing a yin-yang. Just trying to teach you about your sensitivity, where it is good for you and where it actually is harming you, where you allow the things to keep harming you, where it keeps you from your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom, your liberation, versus where it boosts it. Mars is coming in with the Venus, showing you what you value here about yourself and the world around you, and how you can strengthen that and what you need to get rid of to strengthen it. And Mars after what date? After the 17th is going to be more of asking you to take action here in this, finding this liberation, finding this spiritual soul self, this growth. Follow through with your talents is what they just keep saying over and over and over again. Follow through with your talents. Follow through with your intuition. Follow through with your soul self. And allow that to bring you into fruition with it. This is definitely coming into a whole new you. And then, like I said, your fourth house is just going to strengthen your insecurity from the inside out. The two of them are your communication, but you're probably getting hit with stuff you don't like, but that's how we grow. Then when we get into the fifth house, this is asking you, can you allow yourself to create from a new aspect? Can you allow yourself to be open and go with the flow and find a new part of you that you didn't even know, that you hadn't uncovered, you hadn't discovered? It's actually a very good thing. It's just, it may be difficult as you're, traveling through this part of your trenches, but it's a very good thing. Your sixth house is telling you, you're not here for everybody else. The sixth house speaks to us of our groups, our routines, our daily mundane tasks. It speaks to us of the people, places, and things that we keep in our life. You have Uranus here and the North Node here saying, this is my life. I'm going to do the things I want to do. I desire these things in life, and I only want people who also desire these things in life to be with me. So if they're not on the same vibration, if they're not in sequence with that, if they're not in that alignment, this is telling you that they're not there for you. They shouldn't be there. This is time to take the change, trust in it, and go with what is in alignment. But your only main problem, and it's not an only main problem, but your biggest thing for not just this month, but the year, is you now have the South Node in your 12th house. And this is where you stand in your own way of resurrection. This is where you've gotten comfortable with this. But when we're in our comfort zone, that means we're not growing. So where are you in your comfort zone, but it's not supporting you? You get what I'm saying? The South Node is everything that you're good at, but it's not good for you. So where is your grief, sorrow, shame, blame, insecurity, unconsciousness trying to tell you, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good right here. It's okay. I don't really need to grow. No, you have this, you have it building in you, you have it coming through you. This is the time. This is definitely that time to, allow this year it can be a powerful spiritual growth year for you. It really can. You're going to come into a whole new you. But this has a lot to do with your self-communication and acknowledging where you harm yourself versus where you think that what you're harming yourself is actually good for you, and you're going to find out that those pieces are not, because the sun's going to be moving into your 4th house. Then next month you're going to have Mercury moving into your 4th house. The following month you're going to probably have Mars moving into your 4th house. So I mean, this is just going to be growing and growing and growing. So this is just stay the course. Stay the course, guys. I love you. I will see you next month. Bye.